روح هشام 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 هشام. يا الله.
إيمان مصر. يو إيمان ليه يو إيمان ليه.
روح هشام 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 هشام.
פשוט נופל עלינו טילים.
Okay, guys, we gotta get off the roof. These are coming down right next to us here.
بری تو اینا دارن میزنن. یه دونه دیگه ترکید. طبعا طبعا إيمان ليه مصر. يو إيمان ليه يو
هشام 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 هشام. يا الله.
וואו הכל נופל לנבטים, אני אומר לך מתקפה אחת החזקות. אימא'לה, זהו, למקלט.
Alright, Shalom, back again with another video. Before I begin this video, I would like to give all honor, glory and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rechak, Wadash. I want to give double honors to my elders, the head apostles, where I've learned this truth from. I want to say peace and salutations to you Akim, you brothers out there laboring, pushing his word out in all truth and in sincerity. I also want to say shalom to you Israelite sisters that may be listening, and also you Israelites that are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. You may look like these other nations, so-called Indian man, so-called Chinese man, but if your seed line goes back to Abraham, Isaac and Jacob, you are of the chosen seed line. So as you can see in the videos, the clips that I played in the introduction to this lesson, you see that Iran has responded to the attacks that Israel has committed against, Hezbollah, taking out the leadership, the attacks on Lebanon, with the pager attacks and the walkie-talkie attacks. This is the response now from the Iranians after Israel has crossed the mark, or crossed the line. Basically, they started attacking Yemen. They took out another Houthi top leader, and now Iran is responding with this attack that you see on the screen. So basically, I just wanted to talk on it, bring a couple scriptures out. I'm not going to make this a long lesson. You know, like I say, we just have to wait and see what happens. You know, but I just wanted to briefly touch on it because, again, we're seeing prophecy unfold. You know, and these are the times that we've been waiting for. You know, the Lord said, you know, he's gonna bring chaos to these people, man. And hey, look what's going on. These people are trying to kill each other. You know what I mean? Bombing each other's cities, man. That's how crazy it's gone. But yeah, I just want to bring out a few scriptures and just sort of touch on it briefly. So the first scripture I'm going to bring out is in the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2. I'm going to start at verse 1. And it says, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. Verse 2, and Yahweh answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. Right? So, you know, Habakkuk received the vision of the times that we're coming into. Yeah. And he's basically, the Lord has made Habakkuk write these things down to make it plain, make it very plain and simple what we're about to see and what we're about to go through, just to prepare us for the times that we're coming into. Okay, so you see obviously all these attacks that are taking place. You know, switch it up. You know, you see all these attacks that are taking place, and look, you know, write the vision and make it plain upon tables. You know, it says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time. Like this vision that we're seeing here was for an appointed time, and that time is now. Right? It says, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. So when it says at the end it shall speak, like this is what we're seeing, right? Because a lot of people, you know, you have your doubters, your scoffers that will say, oh, you guys have been talking about doom and gloom for however many years and nothing's ever happened, nothing's really come of it. But, you know, now you're starting to see it. You know, the Israelites looking kind of, you know, kind of like they know what they're talking about at this point. You know, people are going to start flocking to us in droves, like, oh, what happens next? Like, you understand? But it's going to come to that point where the Lord ain't going to, you know, going to make the knowledge available to you. Them times are coming to a close. You're going to have to get this knowledge, because once the Lord, you know, cleave the tongue to the roof of the prophet's mouth, you ain't going to find no information. You're going to be running to and fro, trying to figure out what's going on. You're going to be led astray, right? Because it says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, which is now, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, though it's taken a long time for it to happen, yeah, it's been decades. We've been talking about World War III and it's never happened. We're never going to see it in our lifetime. It says, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. And when it says it will not tarry, it's not taking a long time. These prophecies are popping off the pages one by one, you know. About 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, everything was quiet. Now all of a sudden you got port strikes, you got this war kicking off and popping off, escalating further and further. I mean, this thing is moving at a rapid pace, you know, right? So, you know, again, the scriptures tell us of what's coming. That's why things are written down, right? You know, things that are written aforetime, or things that are written aforetime are written for our learning, you know, roughly paraphrasing, slakia. But you can see that these things are popping off the pages, right? You know, the next book I wanted to bring out, or just touch on briefly, it's in the book of Ecclesiastes, right? This is Ecclesiastes chapter 3. I'm going to start at verse 1. It said, to everything there is a season, right? It wasn't that season, but now we're coming into that season, okay? It says, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. It says, verse 2, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted. Okay, so your seasons, right? In the springtime, you plant your seeds, and then in the fall, usually is when you reap the harvest. You get the harvest. I mean, some crops, you know, grow a lot faster, you know, but again, you know, roughly you do the harvest in the fall and the planting in the spring. So every time to everything there is a season. Okay, it says Verse 3, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up. Okay, so I'm going to jump down to verse 8 because that's where the point is in this verse that I'm bringing out. And it says, verse 8, Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 8, it says, a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. And we're in that time of war. We're in that season of war. That's why you're seeing this thing escalate further and further and further. You know, it doesn't matter if they try to go to the negotiation tables and try and strike up a peace deal or a ceasefire. It's going to keep escalating, just like it did in the time of Egypt when the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart. It's what the Lord is doing right now. The Lord is hardening, you know, these leaders' hearts to just keep fighting. They can't stop, even if they wanted to. The Lord's got them in a trick bag, and that, you know, their time is up, right? So, you know, we just got to keep our eyes open and see the things that are coming to pass. But I'm going to just quickly turn to the book of Matthew, the 24th chapter, because this is what basically talks and sort of shows us the point that we're at. Okay, I'll start at Matthew chapter 24. I'm going to start at verse 1 actually. I'm going to just start from the top. It says, and Yahushua went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him for to show him the buildings of the temple. And Yahushua said unto them, see ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. Right, so everything's going to go. Everything's going to be reset. Right, Yahushua knew that. So again, when you're in that spirit of, I want to build a business, I want to, you know, build an Israelite community, you know, I want to, you know, come together and pull our resources and do for us. That's not the time we're in right now. You understand? That's not the time. It says, you see ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. So you'd be wasting your time. Where you want to focus your attention is preparing for what's about to come next. Okay, that's where your mind should be. You should be focused on seeking the Lord while he may be found, and not seeking after trying to be comfortable in this kingdom, the kingdom that's going down. Okay, verse 3, it says, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world? So, you know, they're asking Yahushua, well, you know, when these stones be thrown down, you know, when's that going to happen? When's that going to be? And the end of the world. And it's not talking about the, you know, the whole globe, the earth exploding or being completely destroyed, because we know that the earth abideth forever. So the earth is not going to be destroyed. It's the end of this rulership, the end of Esau's world, right? Does it not say for Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth in the book of 2nd Ezra, you know, chapter 6, right? So we understand that this is what Yahushua is referring to, because the you know, the scriptures have been opened to the prophets, right? The true prophets, the men of the Lord, right? Who are bringing out these prophecies and explaining exactly what's happening, right? You have these false camps out here that are not teaching you the correct doctrine, and they're leading their congregation astray. But, you know, even that falls into prophecy, right? So I'm going to keep reading. This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 4. It says, and Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. Because he understood that there's going to be a lot of deception in these times. People telling you, don't worry about the MOTB. Don't worry about the RFID hip. Don't worry about none of that. Just, yeah, you know, just keep the commandments 100% fully, you know. And we all know that you can't keep them fully. We're in, you know, we're in flesh that's designed to go off, right? So we got to keep it to the best of our ability, but we will go off from time to time, right? Verse 5 says, "For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many." Right? Many people out there being deceived right now. Okay? And here's the next verse, verse 6. It says, "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars." Are we not hearing of wars right now between Iran and Israel? Right? We're not hearing rumors of wars about their boots being on the ground in Lebanon, and America sending troops over there to defend Israel against the incoming incursions and strikes. These are all the rumors of wars, right? But what does it say? What does Yahushua say? He says, "See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet." So we're not there yet. All this is just the beginning, right? World War III has just begun, right? We're at the beginning. It hasn't got to that point where it's escalated to where it's become nuclear yet, but it will, right? So verse 7, it says, "For nation shall rise against nation." We're not seeing like Iran against Israel, Yemen against Israel, Lebanon against Israel, America defending Israel, Russia, fighting against Ukraine, Ukraine fighting against Russia, America getting involved there, Britain, all these nations are rising up against each nation, right? And kingdoms against kingdoms, right? It says, "And there shall be famines." Are we not seeing the strikes in America, the port strikes? That has the potential of causing a famine, not for the lack of food, but just being the lack of being able to obtain that food, right? So that's a man-made famine, right? It says, "And pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places." All these things are the signs of the times that we're coming in, and we're seeing these things in 4K, right? Verse 8 says, "All these are the beginning of sorrows," right? So this is just the beginning. Now I just wanted to like I said, I don't want to make it a long lesson. I just wanted to quickly touch on, a few scriptures, concerning the events that are taking place. We just have to keep our eyes on this situation unfolding, or as it unfolds, and just sort of prepare ourselves, because we are at the door, man. We are at the door. So, all I can say is just keep your eyes on the Levant region, which is that region they're all fighting in now, because this is where they're going to be led down to the valley of Jehoshaphat, and that's where the Lord's judgment is, man. These nations are going to fight each other. It's going to escalate. It's going to turn into a nuclear. All the top countries firing their nukes, and then Yahushua is coming, boy. Yahushua is turning up in the middle of all that, and they all going to turn to try and fight the angels and be wiped out. So just like I say, just keep your eyes on what's happening right now, and just follow along. And Lord willing, I pray that this lesson was edifying. So with that, it's on to the next. Shalom.